hello. What the fuck is up?
Oh,
that was fire new video.
That
Felt like
was.
we're on the main podcast now.
We getting meta money?
We are. Well, we were for like 3 golden minutes.
I still have the budget ready to go.
We'll get back to it. But we did what we could. We got a nice little budget, and it looks nice. But that's our new intro. I thought I would show you guys that. But hello, our SmackDown
So long,
friends.
CM Punk breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah,
Breaking the
fuck.
fourth wall.
I know.
That rear ripping sound that just. Oh,
I'm
it
so
hurt my ears.
sorry. I'm so sorry that we lost that beautiful soundbite. Gosh, it pains me. Anyway,
The behind the scenes part, and John, I'm sure you always see how like when the drum beat would happen, I'm just like the whole time.
yeah, maybe we could get this song back if you really want it, but I don't.
No, that's okay.
No.
I'll tell you the song though, I like the first one as a show intro more than the other one.
Yeah, no, this is our
Unity.
this is our theme song. It always has been. This is the I
Flagship.
always wanted to get this back to where it belongs because it belongs in the opening of every goddamn show. But
Yeah.
the
Very
switching over and moving to a new restream thing, and I had to use AI music, and then it's been a journey. We're still here though. Let's talk about SmackDown though.
Yeah.
That's been a journey itself.
To nobody's surprise, DIY comes in there to defend the tag team championships in the main event. It didn't go so well. Fucking,
They did them dirty.
they did them pretty fucking dirty. They gave them a nice moment in Toronto, at least, but that's all it was.
Hey guys, thanks for holding down NXT for 3 years.
I guess just be grateful.
Gold boom.
That's all you get. You get is this really though? Was this a bad move? I mean, like,
Well, I think if you're
Yeah,
gonna have
I think
if you're gonna have the Usos come back and form a team, they have a team to feud with over the tag team titles. But I'm more curious now. Does this mean Solo wins the title tomorrow? Because
there's just no
No,
way.
Cody
But
must
you know
pose. Dang it.
Ever since Jinder beat Randy Orton for the belt, I don't.
I was there live when that happened.
I'm sorry, Nick.
Poor soul.
The amount of people
Apologize.
that walked out during that.
No, I don't know. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I like DIY a lot, and I
Got your
But-
CJ.
but I never believed WWE was gonna really go all in on the tag team division. I'm sorry. I just never believed. I just never believed it. I don't have the optimism that
They tend to
some
not.
others had.
For decades.
It looked like it. It looked. See, here's where it gave it away in the second week. They gave DIY the tag titles in this big SmackDown main event before the pay-per-view, and then they reran that same exact match on the next SmackDown with no prior advertisement in the middle of the show, and it lasted 5 minutes like it didn't matter. I was like, this is dead. This is dead.
Yeah.
It's not coming
Yep.
back. But so I'm not surprised. If anything, this is probably a better move for the tag belts. At least they'll be on TV and they'll be involved in something.
I just like Timu Bloodline.
But I mean, if this Bloodline Civil War with OG Bloodline and 2.0 ends up going the way I think it's going to, I don't see the new Bloodline getting any major victories over the OG Bloodline. So what will this do to have the tag team champions losing like that?
Well, I think they have to get at least 1 or 2 major victories over the original Bloodline. They'll lose the war, but they have to win battles. Otherwise, the war is boring.
I mean, battle time. All I gotta say is Jacob fought 2. That's all they need in the war.
He destroyed.
He's the battle tank.
It wasn't a bad match. I actually really liked the match. Jacob fought to just demolish Johnny Gargano with like 16 finishers.
Oh yeah, a little bit of everything.
He hit him with that spinning DDT, and Johnny Gargano died. I was like, oh shit.
That's the Simpsons meme. Stop, he's already dead.
Yeah. Dude, when he hit the moonsault and he picked him back up, I was like, no more.
I think the Samoan drop, the moonsault, the Impaler DDT. It was a lot, but they won in Johnny Gargano's hometown of Cleveland. They couldn't get on the. They couldn't even get on the pay-per-view.
Johnny's staring up at that one Cavaliers banner hanging in the ceiling.
It's so fucked up. Oh man. Yeah, it's fucked up all around.
So
What'd
as
you think,
far
TJ?
as this combination of the Bloodline being the new tag champs, is that the right move to go with, do you think? Because I mean, I look at this from the same sort of perspective as if you substitute the members of this new Bloodline with the members of Evolution. So, like, this is essentially what they've decided is the Batista and Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Does that make Tongaloa Randy Orton?
No,
You gonna be going after singles titles?
No.
Oh man, just staring Tamatonga and Ric Flair compared scares me.
Somewhere in the multiverse, Tongaloa is wrestling for the Intercontinental Championship, but not in this world.
Did they mention at all about Tangaloa's eye patch looking like a white suit away from variant Wolverine?
They killed him. They did that to him. I forgot who did it to him. They did it to him on TV. It's a TV injury.
One of them.
I can't remember who the hell I can't remember when it happened, but I'm pretty sure he got attacked.
Because they announced when they announced that gauntlet.
Oh my gosh!
When they announced that gauntlet, they announced that it was going to be the Gorillas of Destiny, and then the next week,
somebody had a fucking come to Jesus moment.
Hey, Camacho.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? Who put that graphic out there like that? That's no. No, this was the right move. If it was on purpose or an accident, I don't care how we got here. At least it's Jacob Fatu.
Club with him, man.
Honestly, when you think about it, too, these were the two guys that came in that really had a lot of hype. Sorry, Camacho, but it was these two guys in particular that, again, when they came in, it was fire across the internet. Everyone's just like, oh my gosh, they're letting him be Tamatonga. Like, oh, Jacob Fatu is finally here. It's crazy.
I've been watching Tamatonga for a long time, and I cannot remember ever being hyped to see him. But I was quiet. I let everybody have their hype. I was like, man, they're happy for him. Maybe something will come from it. And now he's tag team champion with Jacob Fatu instead of his brother, and he doesn't have to feel bad. Like, like, oh well, I don't know what happened, but this is how it happened. And it's much better off for him.
Oopsie.
But
they're just like, oh, this is why you were Camacho.
Maybe they'll have Jacob Fatu and Tamatonga out there every other week having 12-minute tag team matches. I don't see
they
it.
saw him throw that low blow at Money in the Bank, and they were like, get the fuck out of here.
Just seeing Jacob wrestling more would be okay with me. I like Jacob Fatu a lot, man, and he's got a lot of intensity. I don't know that I wanted to see him in a tag team, but you know what? Fuck it. At least he gets to say he was champion in his third match. That's a great stat.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. Yeah.
But yeah. So how do we, based on
it just keeps going. First Goldberg, now this.
No, God, he's going the long way.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man.
Siri, play Can You Feel My Heart?
How do we think Awesome Truth having a longer tag title run than DIY? Oh man.
And DIY got side plates.
They did get side plates.
Investments.
The oven pan pizza belts didn't.
We're gonna. I guess this is it's a good segue since they bookended the show with Bloodline segments. Might as well talk about that. Solo Sikoa, Cody Rhodes.
That Islanders trivia is pretty fascinating.
Jacob Fatu and Tamatonga were able to do something their fathers didn't get the opportunity to do in WWE, and that's win the tag titles. Shit, I actually didn't. That didn't occur to me. That's
Wow,
great.
think about that.
I didn't realize
cool.
that was the connection here. That's fucking excellent.
That's cool.
But yeah, we had that opening. Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. I guess Cody didn't he told Solo to come out by himself last week or something like that. If you're a man, if you're a real man, you'll come out by yourself.
Can I just point out something?
Solo lost his arms. They're gone.
One of the fans in the crowd had a Shawn Michaels wrestling school shirt on. You know, the one he used to come out in the little short shorts and referee with.
That school's still out there. Run by Rudy
I want
Gonzalez.
one of those shirts bad.
Go train. Go train.
I'm 42, John. It's not happening.
Hey now. DDP says age is just a number.
Age is just a number. It's a number that measures the condition of your body based on how long you've been alive. It's just a number, but it is.
Hey, but remember though, Diamond Dallas Page had to then age a few years because he had to go through that power plant training.
Oh yeah,
that's what it was. That and
Sarge, please.
Dealing with the backstage in WCW, that'll do it for you. Roman return tomorrow. I don't know. Kind of seems like it. But
that's a funny way of saying Hikuleo.
Let's talk about the segment, though. Essentially,
could you imagine Roman's music hits, and instead of Roman, Hikuleo walks out.
It's Tala Tonga.
And the crowd goes mild.
Crowd goes, huh?
Cody and Solo are out there. They're going back and forth. Honestly, the details of the promo don't matter because the point of it was that Bloodline rules for SummerSlam tomorrow. Cody basically tells Solo that he's not a tribal chief. He's a fraud. Solo, I don't know if I don't know why Cody would do this, but I guess he's supposed to be a gung-ho baby face. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not scared. I'll take your challenge. But I'm like, God damn, that's the dumbest thing you could have done. That
AKA
man,
stupid.
That man has all his friends here, and you have none. But
he really wants to be Sting.
What did y'all think of this opening promo?
Jacob Fatu was like, I'm not scared of you either. I'm like, bitch, yes the fuck you are. Shut up.
Well, at least he said, might be stupid to say, but
yeah.
I ain't scared of you either. He acknowledged it.
You know what the crazy thing about this promo is that I'm a wrestling fan through and through, especially New Japan at this time. But when he looked at Tama Tonga and said, I have history, especially with you, I was like, oh shit, they were in the Bullet Club together. Fuck.
Yeah, but it's what side was Tama on with the Bullet Club is fine stuff? Because I feel like, didn't he leave? Didn't he say he wanted nothing to do with it?
I don't know. Did he?
But the greater wrestling fan base don't know that.
Yeah, I get. Anyway,
yo, can we say too? Cody's jacket was a real nice burgundy. That looks sick.
He did have a pretty sweet jacket. But coming out of all this Bloodline stuff tomorrow, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Bloodline rules. How do you guys see that going?
Yo, I want to pop the image back up real quick. This moment right here was pure cinema when the camera zoomed in and it just cleared up as we saw Jacob Fatu staring daggers into Cody Rhodes. Like, that was pure foreshadow right there.
I really do want to give a prayers and thoughts to Solo Sikoa, and I hope he gets those arms back. That's fucked up. He's got a big match tomorrow.
He's been disarmed.
He was holding up the tag titles as here, so clearly he's got his arms back.
I'm a motherfucking star boy.
Anyway, what did you think of this opening segment, CJ, and what do you see happening? How do you see this WWE Championship match going on tomorrow at SummerSlam?
I don't care about Bloodline rules. Like, all it is a no disqualification with a fancy name. They could have just said, they'll do a rep bump or whatever if it's normal rules, but at least they'll just have no DQs and they can do whatever they want. It doesn't add anything to the match for me, them adding this stipulation, because Well, and I mean it's because one, I see this as a foregone conclusion. Solo's not going to win. So unless they get crazy with it, and I mean the Bloodline rules match at WrestleMania was crazy enough to begin with. So are they expecting that Cody and Solo is gonna top Cody and Roman?
I don't think it's that. I think Solo thinks he can do that. Solo thinks he's just like Roman. Solo says it's a championship match. It has to be Bloodline rules then. Haha. For me, it actually makes the match significantly more interesting because I did not want to see Solo and Cody in a straight up wrestling match. No interest.
But this was calculated, John. This was
by Solo.
They took out Owens, they took out Orton. Then he's like, "Hey, I want a Bloodline rules match. You got no friends."
Yeah, yeah, he's there. He's playing dirty. They don't
even
care.
then, the slight alliances that he might have with like a Gargano or a Ciampa,
Yeah. But
That's
now
gonna
you're
be
gonna have all the roster together. So you're gonna have Uso there. You're gonna have Sami Zayn there. You might have an Orton returning, a Kevin Owens returning. You never know.
Shenanigans match.
They did screw Tommaso Ciampa in the tag team championship match. Solo Sikoa gave him the old corner thumb. And so they've got a reason to at least come out and help Cody tomorrow in Cleveland and get that big pop to that horrible ass theme song. But that'll be I imagine that's gonna be your finishing stretch, right? They come out and they clear out the Bloodline extras. And
Probably.
Jacob Fatu probably gets removed. Tonga Loa probably can't take bumps if he's actually injured. But I'm trying to figure out how the Roman thing happens. I don't see like a clear, obvious, predictable way for Roman to come back, even if he does. Like, I don't see like how does he factor into the match?
I don't think he does. I think it's going to be one of those. He doesn't come out until after the bell. It's just going to be a quick 30-second standoff between the two to tease something, and then we're going to get the follow through on Friday.
That kind of underwhelms the shit out of me if that is the way that they play it. And I
Welcome
could see
to
that.
WWE, John.
That's what I'm saying. I could see that.
Yeah.
Like they did the same thing twice in a row with when John Cena came back to challenge Roman, and then when he beat Cena, Brock came back.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like they do it all the time. I can't imagine they wouldn't do it for SummerSlam.
So here's the thing, though.
prediction.
Here's the thing. It won't be if Roman comes back now. It's not going to be for Cody. It's not going to be for his title. He's got business to settle. So that particular tool that WWE uses to bring people back, it doesn't really work here because that works more when Roman is like facing down Cody. Cody just beat the last challenger and now his next one is here. Surprise. That's why I think he has to factor into the match somehow. It's just like if he just helps Cody, that's fucking weird.
Well, the way I kind of see it though is I think back to the 2007 Royal Rumble. I'm going with when Great Khali was just single-handedly destroying everyone that was in the ring, tossing people out, not looking at the hard camera when he should, things like that. And then I think about the commentaries just like, oh, no one can stop him. And then number 30 hit, and it was boom, and The Undertaker came out, and Michael Cole, I remember vividly, is just like, maybe there is someone. Dare I say, this might be the situation where Jacob Fatu is just single-handedly taking out every single one of Cody's allies here, the Cody Squadron. But maybe there is someone, and maybe that someone is Roman Reigns, because, hey, remember, he's losing his stable. He's got something he wants to prove to all these guys, like, I am the real tribal chief. I am the head of the table.
That'll be one of those times that I have to go, this is wrestling, and they have no grasp of actual, like, fucking storytelling, because like I can't accept that Roman would save Cody at any situation. I feel like he's petty. He'd want to attack Solo. He'd want to screw Solo out of the title, and maybe just screwing Solo would help Cody retain the title.
I'm picturing more of like a screw job sort of, not like a screw job finish, but more of Roman hates both guys, but at this point he wants to take care of business because right now it's about family.
I would have him kill them both.
This is why I think it's more likely to happen after the match, because then you don't have to worry about the Roman helped Cody. One, because Cody hasn't had a defense like that was definitive, because he had the Logan Paul match where there was interference, and wasn't there shenanigans in the AJ match too?
The first one, but the second one he won pretty definitively. Okay. I'm just thinking though, there's no scenario where Solo Sikoa can just lose to Cody and then still be a viable opponent for Roman in a big Bloodline versus Bloodline feud. But
I think because it's gonna revolve around this losses matter. That was what Solo hammered home when he took over the Bloodline. So Roman can come back and be like, yeah, losses matter. You lost to the champ. You're not the tribal chief. I am. And then that's what kicks off the Civil War.
That would effectively end the Civil War. He just ended it. It's like he logically explained, and now it's over. And then he would just be mad. Like at that point, you turn Solo to like a stupid baby. Like, oh, now he failed at everything, and now he's just lashing out. Like that's why I'm like, he has to have a little bit of legitimacy going into this second phase of whatever they're gonna do with Bloodline versus Crip Line. And
this is why Cody needs to win clean and pose with the American flag at the end of the show.
That's how we end it. Nothing happens. He just pins Solo. Yeah, I see it. But shit, it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. And actually, speaking of the main event tomorrow, be sure to tune in here live for the main event. We're gonna watch it together. Well, I won't be. I'll be joining after the main event, but you can watch it together with Dirt Sheet Radio, the general.
People will be on it.
People will.
I know I'm going to be there.
Be
Tyler, the pro wrestling hipster, is going to be joining me as well, and might see some more Dirt Sheet Radio family members popping in, but. And then John will be joining us after the main event for the proper rewind show.
Yes, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. SummerSlam. 7 matches instead of the usual 5. Let's go. Oh, shit. Solo Sikoa.
Which, speaking of SummerSlam having more matches, didn't it feel like SmackDown also had more matches than usual?
I actually felt like it had less matches than usual. I thought.
No, because man, I remember we had some where we only had like 2 or 3 matches to pick from for some of our choices later in the night.
It's
like
rough
6
these 2 hour
matches
shows,
tonight, right?
Well, they gave a lot of time to Carmelo versus Andrade. They had like 2 commercial breaks, and three segments. So that felt like 2 matches worth of time.
It was a solid match.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let's talk about it. Shit, it's the next match on the
Let's
show.
do it.
Andrade versus Melo. I'm trying to type this in while I talk, but it's not happening. Anyway, Andrade defeats Melo for an opportunity at the United States Championship. Goddamn good match, though. It was a great match.
Yeah, there he is.
They had learned from each other's moves last time, so this time there were a lot of counters and back and forths, and that's always cool to see that escalation in wrestling. It reminds me of the King's Road style. But yeah, someone said 2 out of 3 falls. I love them together, but Andrade's up at 2-0. I don't see any reason why he has to. Right. Yeah. Like, why would he have to give Melo another match?
Plus, it feels like they've already popped out every single thing they need to. It's the same critique that we've given the MJF and Ospreay match. You already gave us everything. I don't see any more being added to it.
Yeah, like, we've done it all. We can move on. And I mean, he won a shot at the United States Championship. I mean, that he's done. He's moved on. Yeah. But what did you guys think of this?
I only watched like maybe 45% of it because I texted you, John, and told you what happened. But when I came back, they were Andrade hit the double moonsault spot, and they kind of did like another 3 minutes of moves, and went to the finish, and I was really surprised that that Andrade won this match. I really thought they were going to go to a best of 3, and I like watching them wrestle. I think they're really good together. I think the kinks that they had in the last match, they worked out in this match, and but I thought it was really weird that they did like this whole Carmelo in a barbershop thing, and then he gets rolled up.
I thought that Melo would win this match because him and LA Knight had previously had problems, and if LA Knight won the match tomorrow, then that'll be a thing going forward. But since Andrade won, and Andrade's a babyface, I'm like, LA Knight's kind of screwed, isn't he?
I disagree. I think he's still gonna win, and I think they are gonna still be able to set up Melo as a contender. Because when have they ever not just thrown a random guy into a number 1 contendership without him earning anything or having any form of momentum?
Sure, right? That sucks. But it's definitely a WWE thing. It's what they do.
It's a WWE precedent.
Okay,
I'd rather see Logan Paul versus Andrade though. Like that actually intrigues me a lot. I don't know why that match actually speaks to me.
Hey, Nick, did you?
But
see,
I mean, like, does this speak to? Sorry, go ahead, Beck.
Just off topic, really quick. When you said
about
Mahal reunited with the Bollywood boys in GCW tonight. That's all I got to say.
No, Mac. No,
really?
GCW talk tonight.
Okay, we'll avoid GCW, but that does sound intriguing.
So, why is it that Melo can't seem to get any traction on SmackDown? I mean, John, you've been on Tuesdays with me and Tyler on NXT. Like, we know he's able to go when he's comfortable and confident. And I don't know that that's the Melo that we're seeing on SmackDown. Is that playing a role into why he is rarely getting any wins? Like, when was the last win he actually got?
I think that might have played a role in him losing now, but these two Andrade matches and potentially another one, they really helping him raise his stock back. But once you not just fumble in the debut, then you kind of like he fucking Austin Theory fell on his head. He fucked up the Cody thing. He stumbled a couple, like, you fuck up lines on promos. They're gonna make you start earning. You know how that is. You have to earn it now. So hopefully these matches will raise his stock back, and maybe he'll start getting some wins. Or like you said, maybe they'll just insert him into the United States title feud. Otherwise, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do after this, because he's pretty cleanly been removed from the US title scene. Like, but yeah, I think he'll be okay if he can keep. Oh fuck, damn, this doesn't even look good here.
No, I was watching it. I'm like,
shit.
oh, that just ruined the match.
Fuck, he just fucked up the finish. I didn't see that. No,
because before that, everything was like relatively solid, but then there was that right at the end of the match, of course.
He almost broke his own leg. Oh no. Anyway, it was a good match before that, though. And
no, it was.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't notice.
Oh, trust me, they noticed.
Damn it. Anyway, fuck it. After that, we had excuse me, I don't have my card up. After that, we had Santos Escobar and Apollo Crews. There was a backstage segment with Jade and Bianca. I freaking missed it. I didn't know that the show wasn't going to go to commercial. I was like,
It was basically just them hyping up their tag title match later.
That didn't go well. Santos versus Apollo. This actually wasn't bad. Apollo
no, it was
looked
good.
pretty
I
good.
liked it.
It just didn't.
Yeah.
It was like 6 or 7 minutes, and so the Legado del Fantasma attacks Baron Corbin and distracts Apollo Crews, and Apollo Crews is defeated by Santos Escobar. DJ Danny Ocean had asked us in the chat, like, what are they going to do with Apollo Crews? And I was like, it kind of feels like they're just riding his contract out and just using him on TV until it's over to get their money's worth.
The same with Corbin, too?
I hope not, but it's been so long, and I don't know, like, I don't see a path for him to have another opportunity. Like, I don't see what they're doing with him right now. Maybe this Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin thing will lead to a more significant spot on TV for both of them, and they'll both get a shot to show their worth before their fucking contracts come up. But this feud right here is nothing. They're not doing anything. They're just losing. They don't have any promo opportunities. They don't have any opportunities to really shine in the ring. I don't know. I don't see anything for them. And it makes, like you said, are they going to do the same thing with Baron Corbin? They favored him for so long that it's hard for me to believe that they're doing the same thing with him, but it really looks like it.
It feels like, which is crazy because he's been such a versatile talent that they've thrown into a lot of different areas, even if fans might not have fully been behind him. But it's so weird looking at a time period where Baron Corbin has nothing, and you could feel that it seems like management doesn't care about him anymore. But that's one of the big things. It's a new regime, a new world. Also, shout out to Mama Laraco, because for all you Letterkenny fans out there, she was like, he looks like Tyson from Letterkenny.
I have no clue what that is, but I am glad.
Me neither, Nick. Sorry.
To any Letterkenny fans out there.
Any of you.
I loved his NXT run with Braun Breaker. That was... And then they just kind of like dropped it when they both went to the main roster.
Do you think they saw that? Do you think they care? No, HBK saw it, and he's sending notes up, and they're like, give me the pretty one.
You know what had no business being as good as it was? And I really appreciate it. I don't know if you guys did, but Baron Corbin and Rhino. Don't you dare throw Taven in there.
Oh, shit. Hide him.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out for both of them. Honestly, I'm watching, but it looks like they're spiraling into the sewers. Sad times. Meanwhile, Santos Escobar keeps getting pointless wins, which are weird.
Exactly.
Like,
it felt like Apollo Crews was in like the most average Apollo Crews match.
Anytime I can see Elektra Lopez on TV, I'm all about it, buddy.
I want to know, what are we doing with Santos Escobar here? He's just like a guy that wins because he's in a placeholder position. Like, they have something planned for him, but they're hoping to pull it off soon.
Well, just later.
And there was a bit of a moment before they came out from Gorilla where Escobar referenced their loss in the gauntlet match, and he said your, and then backtracked to we, like recouping from the loss. So I don't know if they're gonna start teasing some dissension in the ranks, or what's gonna happen there.
That'll probably be better for making people care about the rest of the group. That kind of storytelling would work because these guys have no real personalities back there. But we'll see.
And wasn't that why Elektra Lopez got left down in NXT when they got called up the first time?
Yeah, and all that ended up being was wasted time. You should have just called her up with them, and they could have probably been in a better position now. Whatever.
Her program with Lola Vice that they had teaming together in NXT, that was good content. I enjoyed that.
I just I don't know if it did anything for Legado de Fantasma, especially if she ended up with them anyway. Like, it's not like they held her back and then she ended up doing something on her own. They just put her with them. That's why I'm like, you should have just done it from the beginning. We will see though, man. I love Apollo Crews. I've been watching him for a long time, since Dragon Gate, since Evolve. I always thought they signed him too soon, man. I was like, fuck, you grabbed him too early. He wasn't cooked. Damn it. He only knows how to wrestle. He only knows how to wrestle. You didn't give him a chance to learn the other things. And we'll see though.
I remember when he landed on his head off of a second rope moonsault in PWG, and everybody thought he died.
When was he last fucking in the ring? Think about it, Nick. Can you pull up a cage match on that
for Apollo?
Yeah, for Apollo Crews.
I think he was in a tag match with Baron Corbin 2 weeks ago.
Last in-ring match before tonight was July 19th in the Gauntlet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not that long ago. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not bad. I don't even remember seeing him.
And then the week before, he was in a tag match with Baron, and then he was gone from SmackDown for a month, but he was in that NXT 25-man Battle Royal.
Oh, so it's all multi stuff. No wonder. That stuff that just blurs into my fucking head. But following that match, if we didn't really have any more thoughts about it, that is.
I'm just saying, you said that you felt like Santos was being, they were waiting for something. Maybe when LA Knight wins the title, they have a guy there for him.
Yeah,
they
already
kind of teased something with Escobar and Knight too.
Yeah,
they did, and he beat him last week.
Yeah.
And Andrade is involved, so we'll see. I mean, whoever the U.S. champion is, just keep Andrade in the mix and see how that turns out. Maybe it's a multi-man, Melo, Santos Escobar, Andrade, and LA Knight in a fucking next pay-per-view.
If Andrade ends up winning the U.S. title, is he not going to be allowed to wear it on Speed?
Oh shit. He's a double champion in spirit.
And technicality.
And
this was the other thing too. Did we ever figure out who was holding onto Corbin's leg on the outside under the ring apron?
To production.
Hornswoggle.
He can't keep getting away with it.
Pretty sure he got evicted. I'm pretty sure.
After the DNA test came back, he wasn't actually McMahon's kid.
It was the other one. It was this one. It was the one in the beige pants. That's who was under the ring. He comes out. He comes out.
Oh, I didn't
right
see him
here.
come out.
Yeah, there he goes.
Okay. Angel.
Yeah. Angel. I can't tell. I can't fucking tell these people are. I can't see them. Beige pants. But shit. We had a couple of not a backstage segment. We had a video segment, and then we did the Logan Paul championship celebration. Logan Paul comes out. He's trying to celebrate himself. Actually, he got a very, very loud boos in his hometown. Good for him. I was talking while I was typing, and I ended up putting boos in the search bar. So that's cool.
You got what you're looking for, though.
Boobs. Logan Paul's boobs. I really want to see them. Anyway,
So
lots of censorship. Middle fingers and fuck yous and all that shit.
When he's coming down to the ring, they just should do a tight shot in on him, because they are dropping the feed out, because people are either doing like blowjob motions or they're giving the finger or whatever, and they're cutting the feed for like a good 5 or 6 seconds. That's
because America is only one country where they give WWE 1 out of 140, and everybody else gets to see this shit like normal people, and we get to deal with Fox.
Are they leaving Fox? Or are they going back to USA?
They're going to USA, but USA don't play that shit either, so SmackDown is fucked.
Yeah.
Raw will be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Logan Paul drops a banner for himself. I'm trying to see if I find it, but I have the damn booze in the search bar. I forgot. He drops a banner that's supposed to be a picture of him.
Don't worry, we have it in the feed.
Oh, there you go. Drop that.
Yeah.
For us,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, I was kind of expecting something more, though. Even just a banner of LA Knight instead.
This is a classic wrestling trope. I feel like I've seen this flag, the vandalized flag drop a million times. How many WWE champion, WWE 2K cover reveals that have fucking DX or penis drawn on it? Or whatever.
Think back, even like the statue reveal for Seth Rollins, and it's Sting under there who just wiped his face paint.
I was there for that. That was great.
Sting with his melted face paint, because wait
this was so fucking
so sweaty.
It's Sting. It's Steve Sting.
Yeah, no, pretty funny moment where LA Knight gets on the screen and he's like, "Oh, I feel so bad. I fucked up your banner. I'm gonna go look for another one." And he steals his truck.
LA Knight, there's no banner in there.
You silly goose. He can't compete for the title tomorrow because he's in jail. He stole a vehicle. What did you do this for, LA Knight?
Hey, John, if Sexy Red can make it from jail to Battleground, I'm sure LA Knight can make it from jail to SummerSlam.
This is true. This is true. But what did you guys think of this segment? Everything that had to do with it, and who do you think is winning the title tomorrow? Actually, I will be right back.
You guys want to go first, or do you want me to?
Yeah, Nick, go ahead.
Nick,
All right. Well, I was just throwing out there. So, you know what? I think last night when we were talking about this, I was saying Logan Paul, but then Logan Paul's kind of in some real life stuff right now. So I don't know if it's the best bet corporately to keep him as a champion. So kind of looking at LA Knight being able to take this. Plus, I think, too, there's a lot of upside to LA Knight with the title. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely upside for sure.
My thing is that I am still so surprised how much LA Knight is over with the crowd. I think it's a testament to how fans hate the heel that he's up against, so they want to see Logan Paul get his fucking ass beat, which is probably, they're like, yeah, LA, kick his ass, but he was directionless, like kind of like after Money in the Bank, when he was like a week away. I remember him coming out for an interview on the stage, and the crowd wouldn't let him talk because they were chanting his name, and I was like, holy shit, this guy just lost Money in the Bank for the second year in a row, when everybody was like, you got to put the briefcase on him. And then he comes out, and I'm like, because I always thought that LA Knight was going to be like one of those where it flamed out after maybe like 6 months. Yeah. But here we are 2 years later, and he's getting the biggest reactions on SmackDown. And I think that's a testament to how hard he's worked. I mean, I know he's in his 40s and he's been doing this shtick, but it was never on the big stage of WWE. It was always like in NWA, or it was always on Impact or Global Force Wrestling when nobody was watching that shit. And then he came to WWE, and they set, like, I know I make this comparison all the time and I get my dick kicked in for it, but he was saddled with that Max Dupree gimmick. Oof. And it was fucking terrible. And then he broke out of it and became LA Knight. His career path trajectory reminds me of Stone Cold, saddled with the Ringmaster gimmick, breaks out of the Ringmaster gimmick and becomes the most over guy in the company. Now, I'm not saying that LA Knight is going to become Stone Cold Steve Austin at all. I'm not even implying that. But just the similarities and how long he's been over, and it's like necessarily waiting for it to die down or to die. But every time he keeps getting over, I'm like, holy shit, dude, it's not ending yet. Holy shit, this guy might be the real deal. And I root for him every single time because he just toiled for 20 years. And I'm glad they're using that in the Logan Paul thing, too, because it makes him more despicable and it makes you want to see LA Knight win even more. So I'm really happy for him. I'm really happy Eli Drake finally found a character that he is just fucking knocking out of the ballpark. I'm a huge LA Knight mark.
Which absolutely, and the thing with LA Knight also is you could see that 20 years of experience and him really trying his hardest to hone his craft. You can see all those elements in there and how refined of a performer and as a wrestler he is.
And I mean, most of like when even the NXT audience really latched on to the LA Knight gimmick after his feud with Cameron Grimes in particular. After they turned him face, he just took off like a rocket. So I'm not overly surprised that it's 2 years later and he's still getting that reaction because it was so genuine the first time. And just by keeping him on TV, it was enough for the fans to be like, yeah, we're still going to cheer for our guy. There was a comment that was shown, like, it kills all the momentum for LA Knight if he doesn't win tomorrow. And I think it's one of those kind of things that I was talking about heading into Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker at the last PLE, where you had Sami Zayn win. And it's like that invalidates basically everything Braun was saying. So all the progress and everything that LA Knight's been able to do since ditching the Max Dupree gimmick has been leading up to this. They have to make it count. So he has to win tomorrow.
Yeah. And I think David Mann said it, he's not personally shocked how over LA Knight is, but if he loses tomorrow, it will significantly damage his momentum going forward. I think he's the type of wrestler that could get that momentum back, but you don't want a performer working from underneath when basically he just lost a championship opportunity, Yeah.
Exactly. With
Our
him
fearless leader is back.
Especially with him being such a beloved performer as well. That only gets you so far. And he, like you said, Mac, is very talented to where if he is in that kind of lower echelon spot for whatever reason, he is able to, dig his way out of there. But again, you don't want to constantly put someone at that level down there because we've seen how detrimental that can be. Look at, how popular Zack Ryder was. And, he had decent talent. He might, I'm not trying to compare Zack Ryder and LA Knight, but we've seen what it is beforehand.
They're a lot more similar than some people want to admit.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But at least he's not getting over, he's not getting over out of spite. The company isn't burying him out of spite for him getting over. They want him to get over. No, sir, no, not Stone Cold. I said Zack Ryder.
No, I said
Stone Cold Zack Ryder.
What the fuck is going on while I was gone?
I said
Austin 316 says woo woo woo.
John, just to defend myself, you took a hot character like LA Knight in NXT, gave him a shit gimmick on the main roster. He was able to break out of it and get organically over. They had Stone Cold Steve Austin come out of ECW after he got fired, doing the whole like Hulkster thing and everything. And then he comes into WWE. They give him the ringmaster. It sucks. He breaks out of it. He gets organically over. I'm not comparing them. I'm saying that their career paths are similar.
I'm gonna keep them away from each other, even in sentences.
Even the ringmaster.
Would the yes movement be a more apt analogy for like obviously
You
John's
gonna
cut was a higher line pad.
John's
reach
cutting
to the
the feed.
camera.
I'm going to miss CJ when he's
Cutting
gone.
the feed.
All right, fine. Fuck you guys.
I'm like force choking.
I was gonna try and justify my point, but no, fuck you now.
No, cut him off right now. We're not comparing yeah to yes. No.
Oh, CJ had an accident. Where'd he go?
Sure.
No. No. I'm just fucking around. What? Please, CJ, continue.
I mean, from the sense of this is an example of the fans being able to get behind someone this organically that the company actually had to kind of take stock and be like, yeah, we have an opportunity here to really make a star. And I think that putting him on the stage against Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel was kind of a make or break moment for him as far as staying in the main event scene. And it was a fantastic match, even though we knew he wasn't going to win. Obviously, Daniel Bryan won, so that's where the path kind of deviates. But it's that natural getting the fans' support on your side to that degree. Like, that is Daniel Bryan level reaction that LA Knight gets.
I think the biggest difference between the two is that it took so long for the company to actually accept the yes stuff. Like, they were against it so hard that they accidentally squeezed it so hard that they made it slip out from under them, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. The LA Knight thing, thankfully, is in a new WWE where they didn't fight him on the whole thing. So they've been able to cultivate it, and he's really had the support of the company all the way through. That's why I'm not like convinced Logan Paul is gonna win tomorrow. There's just a lot of reasons why he could But LA Knight's over as fuck. The company likes him. He sells a lot of fucking merch. He gets everybody in the audience excited. The United States Championship is probably the exact championship he should be holding right now. If anything, I thought they were gonna do this match at WrestleMania, but here we are. So LA Knight is not a bad move at all as US champion.
So if they do, oh fuck, I had something and then just completely went. Sorry.
Can't blame me this time, CG. No.
No, that's fair. Definitely not.
Well, we followed this segment up with, honestly, I didn't know we'd still be here when I came back. I'm so glad. We followed this segment up with the women's tag team championship match. I think there were a couple vignettes in between because there were a lot of vignettes tonight, but I can't remember exactly which ones. And I don't
they did
think
they did an unholy union vignette where they just said that they were the champions and they were going to prove why they were the champions. Blah 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 blah.
I feel like it's a waste of time even bringing those things up. They don't forward the plot. They never come up. They never come back up. It's just like time filler segments. But
yep.
But for the sake of historical value, there were some vignettes. And now, and we followed that up with a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match: Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus the Unholy Union. They looked good. But they beat the shit out of the Unholy Union. Like they put the match together so that you can obviously tell Jade and Bianca are still more important. But they lost, or they won by disqualification because all of the I was gonna say all the Brits, but I think it's like two Brits and the Scot. The whole United Kingdom has come together again. and Blair Davenport joins the Unholy Union, right? I mean, that's kind of what they implied.
Yeah, or
Definitely
at least allied.
I thought maybe it could have just been for this beatdown, but Naomi didn't come out. Like, she was just being there. Naomi didn't help.
She's like the Sky Blue to their House of Black, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. They're related. They're cousins. But yeah, that's pretty much that. That was an interesting way to keep the tag team championships away from Jade and Bianca for some reason and prolong this fucking feud. That pretty obviously leading to a six woman tag match at some point. Naomi, Jade, and Bianca versus this Unholy Union and Blair Davenport. Is that a pay-per-view match? SmackDown match? Is there a big SmackDown coming?
I'm thinking maybe War Games.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That would be
Female
interesting.
War Games,
They'd have to do.
You flesh out the teams a little bit more, and that could be your women's War Game match.
It'd be cool for them to do one. They haven't done a main roster one yet, have they? No, they only did the. They did. I remember EO going off the top with a garbage can last year. Yeah.
So
not bad then. Shit,
just remember the disrespect that the women's tag champions did not get a televised entrance.
They got a jobber entrance. That's
they got the jobber entrance. That being said, wow, Jade Cargill still has that aura anytime she comes out.
Yeah, you know what? I keep on forgetting that you guys aren't looking at the same window that I am, and then I have a whole.
Just looking at LA Knight. Yeah, and Logan
Paul.
Yeah.
LA Knight loves Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Don't we all? This is weird.
Yeah.
Was she dressed like this tonight? Is this what she wrestled in?
No.
The first one on the feed.
She did look good tonight, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess nobody wanted to talk about Jade tonight. What the fuck? Twitter's so broken. It's pictures from 18 years ago. Yeah, it's nothing. Okay.
You even saw I think one of the images on there was from when she was in AEW still.
I guess we'll just use this. Hey, fuck you too, Twitter.
Unholy Union with their jobber entrance.
Anyway, I don't know what to say about this. Is so weird the way they book. I hate the way they book Jade here. I hate it. It's been long enough for me to say I don't care to wait anymore. This is fucking dumb. We brought her in October of last year. What the fuck, bro? This is sickening. This actually makes me sick They even had the tag title reign. They already did the Jade and Bianca thing. Why didn't you just go to Jade versus Bianca? SummerSlam is right there. There's a big opportunity.
She wasn't ready.
That's fucking dumb. And why the fuck did they sign her? I'm so sick of hearing that shit. If they didn't think she was ready, then why the fuck did they sign her? They saw her on AEW TV. They had countless hours of footage to study. They knew what they were buying. I'm sick of hearing that she had to go to the PC and they had to what? Learn how to look at the fucking hard cam? Man, this is not an excuse. This is bad booking. This is fumbled. She's a fucking superstar when she walked in here. They even implied as such with their videos. So
and she can do all that hard camera stuff in AEW.
but so why did they allow this to happen? She's just a normal part of the roster now. She's a fucking cog on the machine, a nothing. She's somebody who they felt had to earn it. She's a waste. She is not 22 years old. She's like 32. There's no time for this. I'm fucking sick. This makes me sick.
Because, John, it's WWE, the land of the 50-50.
Get the fuck out of here. This even the 50-50 booking is not. It's not even that. That's not the problem. There was a clear. It was something happened. They had all this fanfare for her and all this big ass Royal Rumble debut and all these vignettes. And where's she gonna sign? And they had the WrestleMania match and the tag team title win. And then the loss out of nowhere. And I guess Jade had a big stumble in that match. But I'm trying to think, like, what other... It wasn't like a Carmella situation where we're like, right now. I mean, maybe that was it. Maybe she fucked up so many times that they decided we messed up. But then how does that...
We can't keep doing this.
It's a fucking way. I don't know. I can't figure it out.
She's still on her first page of Cage Match.
No, but just take time. She just got here. I can already hear people saying, you gotta be patient. Get the fuck out of here. You're gonna be patient to what? Watch them waste her? Ooh, trash.
Throw her up to the main roster. No,
I don't know. If you guys disagree, maybe you guys see something different.
No, I think that's a very fair point. I mean, the amount of fanfare that she got in AEW, I think, was kind of what drew WWE to look at her in the first place. Like, everyone's eyes were on her. She was getting all kinds of some good press. So, yeah, have her be one of the first major signings you get from AEW. But then they just don't do anything with her.
Yeah.
I feel like they took her just because she was getting over there. Like, they were just like, let's cut that shit out. Kill that shit.
There was always that element too of like everyone thinking, wow, like just imagine her in WWE though. And on top of that, like look at where she was in the Royal Rumble. They even set her up in there to look like the big star, the big new powerhouse for WWE. And then now it literally feels like she's just another part of the roster. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, she does have that aura and that presence. And look at how cool that double suplex was during the match. But like John was saying, it just doesn't feel like they have any long-term plans for her. And it doesn't feel like they really know what they're doing with her. It was just, hey, she's big in AEW. She'd probably be good here. Let's grab her.
She made a big mistake. She should have stood 3 more years. I really feel like she should have took 3 more years. But she has other aspirations for herself. It's not like she wants to, it's not like being a women's world champion is Jade Cargill's goal. She wants to be a significant part of WWE TV so that she can be an actress or so that she can get a TV show or a reality show or something. But you ain't going to get it in fucking being booked like this.
John, can you see this? This is what you look like tonight.
You got to put it to the middle. You got to pull it a little more. There you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know, but nobody's seen the poster, so I just have to use this one. Yeah. It's a nice photo anyway. She'd appreciate this one.
Abdominals.
Yeah, she looks great. She has everything, and I don't know. It sucks. But we followed that up with Tiffy in the back being sad that her Money in the Bank briefcase was broken. But fear not, Tiffy. You've got a friend in me. She's got this brand new Tiffy in the Bank briefcase or Tiffy Time briefcase from Nia Jax. You can actually purchase it yourself at WWE.com right now.
Why?
Because you're a girl. I mean, I don't know. I don't have it. All
I'm
the
not a
chromosomes in my body. Pink. No, pink is just a color. Don't anybody try to clip me and say I'm fucking
Excuse me, that's
Logan.
Lettuce Red.
Pink is just a color. It's not the pink, it's the strap.
It's the
What am I
same.
gonna do with the strap?
Logan Escudero, do not misgender me.
Oh,
fuck.
no.
No, Mac, no.
All right, cut that.
Now you can clip him. Clip him, not me. No, I don't condone this. Actually, there's been a lot of streamer associates who have been caught up in nasty things. I hope none of you motherfuckers get caught up in it fucking me. Who you be? None of you better be sick freaks. I'm telling you now. If you're a sick freak, please put your hand up and let me know now. No, that's the unfortunate part. They never tell you off the bat. No,
You gotta find out later when the receipts come out.
oh, fuck.
On that happy note,
Tiffy time.
It's very
This is
pretty.
what Chris Jericho dreamed of 20 years ago.
This is exactly what he envisioned when he thought of Money in the Bank. They're cutting it close with that Tiffy time font, but it looks different enough that it's okay. Actually, looks this is pretty cool. I don't hate it. I don't hate this. I like custom Money in the Bank briefcases. I thought Damian Priest was the fucking worst. He just put a sticker on it and called it and made it purple. This is very cool.
I remember really liking Edge's way back in the day.
It's not as good as Damian Sandow's. The briefcase, the actual briefcase, the real briefcase.
I don't care what anyone else says. There is one answer for who has the best briefcase, and it is without a question Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey guys, wait a minute. We gotta give a shout out to the Brock party.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Oh fuck! You know what? All right. You know what? Tied for first. That's got to be it. Tied for first.
Anyway, hey, I mean,
You know who I
well,
liked and he didn't. You know who I liked? He didn't have it very long, but was Kennedy.
Oh yeah, well,
I
we
feel
know what
bad for
happened.
him.
We know what happened there. No, he got hurt. Actually,
Lesson
very
learned:
early on.
don't ever go to the doctor.
Hey, brother, I think my ass hurts. Well, as it turns out, you're medically incapable of wrestling. Wait. Anyway, that was the final segment we had to talk about tonight because they
Doing the
followed it
right
up
thing in
with the tag
WWE
team
never pays
championships.
off. Talk to Nigel.
But essentially, we covered all of SmackDown, and I did want to ask you guys about SummerSlam, the couple matches that we didn't bring up: Gunther, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, and Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. The 3 Raw matches on this card, and CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Day before SummerSlam, it's preview time. What the fuck? What are you guys looking forward to the most? Or are you even looking forward to the show at all?
Oh, I'm looking forward
yeah.
to it, sure.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually. I got to work tomorrow night, but I think I'm actually gonna stream it on my iPad. And I don't really stream many WWE events on Peacock to my iPad. I just kind of follow along on Twitter. But I think this is one that I'm actually going to be watching. I'm really interested in Gunther and Damian Priest now that they've turned Damian Priest full babyface and they have Gunther out there calling people pores and stuff. I think it's really good. I think they muddied up the waters of the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre match by throwing Seth in there, but I understand why they did it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the event. I'm looking forward to Rhea, and I'm actually looking more forward to Rhea and Liv and seeing how that turns out than I am the Drew and Punk match. And I didn't think I'd be saying that ever.
Interesting. CJ, what do you think? What are you looking forward to tomorrow?
I have to agree. It's Rollins, McIntyre, Punk, and the story that those 3 guys are telling is I love the ones that really help blur the line between scripted and reality. And, being as polarizing a figure as Punk is, and how outspoken Seth Rollins has been, and how outspoken Drew McIntyre has been in the past. I think it reminds me of Edge and Matt Hardy working together back in 05, where it's like, even if you do have personal beef in the ring, you can put together a hell of a match. So I think that's absolutely what we're in for with that this Sunday. The actual main event is not going to be as good as this match. I hate to say it, but that's just the reality of the situation. So very much looking forward to SummerSlam tomorrow. And we're going to plug it one more time. We've got the watch along for the main event for SummerSlam tomorrow night. I will be here. Tyler, Pro Wrestling Hipster, will be here. And we will be doing the watch along for the main event with the rewind to follow.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be excellent.
I'll be in the comments being a dickhead.
As usual.
Where's Matt Taven?
You were gonna anyways.
There's only one match that I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night, and it's the Gunther match.
Yep,
And,
that was my choice.
That's why I'm at this party. So like I said, I think I've mentioned it on other shows. I understand that people are going to be really excited to see Liv versus Rhea. I think I'm more interested in just seeing how that turns out. More interested in seeing what's going to happen story-wise than I am wrestling-wise.
Yeah.
Liv is... I enjoy Liv's stories more than her in-ring is where I'm going with that. And because of that, I'm not really too like, yeah, I can't wait for that match tomorrow. It's like, the other stuff, Punk versus Drew, they implied that it would be a no disqualification match. They heavily implied that. We'll see how that goes because they didn't commit to it. They were just like, whatever Seth Rollins says goes. And then CM Punk is talking about how violent it's going to be tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. Drew McIntyre is going to have to be very careful with this old man.
Do you think Seth Rollins is going to be playing it a little fast and loose with the rules tomorrow?
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, I think the idea is he's gonna let them fight however they want, and then someone will fucking punch him in the face by accident, and he'll get he'll get involved. Yeah, I think because CM Punk he really likes his Bret Hart stuff. I feel like they're definitely going to do the SummerSlam 1997 tomorrow night. Probably not exactly the same because they don't hit people in the head with chairs anymore, but something to that effect. Seth Rollins ends up screwing Punk by accident and then pleading his case. I swear it was an accident. Like, I know it fucking wasn't. I know you don't like me. And then, but I see Drew McIntyre winning, and then I see them somehow extending that to that Hell in a Cell at October at Bad Blood. But Nick, what were you looking forward to tomorrow?
Like you were saying, man, I really can't wait for Gunther Damian Priest. There's a lot of hype there for me because I am such a big Walter fan, and Gunther having that time to shine. Like, I just imagine him with the World Heavyweight title. That feels like something that Triple H has been cooking up. This is probably his personal pet project of sorts. And I would look forward to the Cody Rhodes Solo Sikoa match, only for Cody to embrace the meme and just dominate the match, pose with the American flag and the world title in the corner.
Fireworks.
Homelander jacket and everything.
You know what? I'm really interested in seeing how they do this Judgment Day thing, because you've got two matches where they've set up two different betrayals out of the Judgment Day. You've got the Damian Priest Finn Balor thing that's been looming. You've also got the Dominic Rhea thing. So I kind of wonder if those are going to tie in together. I mentioned last night is it last night? All of time melts together now.
Technically, yesterday morning.
Yeah, yesterday morning's Dershi Radio flagship that I kind of see them. They do the Dom turns on Rhea thing, but then you have already established that there's still a connection between Liv and Finn. So Finn is also going to turn on Damian Priest, and then the show's going to end with Liv Morgan coming back out onto the stage with Dominic on a leash, and she has 3 other leashes for her other members of Judgment Day.
It's the Tiffy time briefcase leashes because they want to sell it.
Liv Morgan is going to end SummerSlam with all the bad guy members of Judgment Day on actual leashes.
You heard it here first. Call your bookies now.
No, but a PG version of that, most likely.
Cody Rhodes with the American flag doesn't sound as improbable now.
She didn't just manipulate. It depends on how the fucking show goes, right? I guess Gunther versus Damian will probably open that shit, and then the big Liv moment has to happen during the rematch then. But you figure all the shit, that's all the members of Judgment Day would turn on her or something. That's why I said I'm more interested in the story than the match. Like they're not Liv can't fucking. I'm sorry, but this story is very interesting. They have set it up so that she got her claws into not just Dominic, but all of the dumber members of Judgment Day. Like they've all been helped by her, and multiple times they're like, but she's pretty cool. She bought us chicken nuggets, bro. Like, what are you even saying? Like they were tag team champions because of her. Or still are, I think. Like,
yeah, they are.
So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow night. But prediction wise, I mean, I don't really have more time to spend on that. I have to go. My wife is really mad at me. So we have to talk about the. Let's get into it. Let's get into our jobber of the night. It's coming. There it is.
Hey, Gilbert.
All right, fellas. Job of the night tonight. SmackDown. CJ, who's your jobber?
I gotta give it to, unfortunately, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
Understandable.
It's just they're not being utilized the way that they should be, and it's not even that they have to be carrying the tag titles. It's having any sort of meaningful presence on the show at all. Like it was a good match, but they still lost to Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, two talent who were in NXT less than a year ago. So it doesn't bode well for the state of the women's tag team division if the biggest names in the division aren't the ones able to get over. So I'm going to go with Jade and Bianca.
Understandable. Macklin.
Sorry,
who's your jobber
I'm
of the
fixing my
night?
camera. So I'm going to go with Johnny Gargano. I fucking love him so much. But
They killed him.
man, he took 18 finishers.
Look at his face.
He died. He's probably still in the middle of the ring. They probably rolled the ring up with him in it. I feel so bad for man. These two dudes right here single-handedly carried NXT for 3 years. They come up to the main roster. They don't do dick on the main roster for like 2 years. Then they finally get a tag run, and then 3 weeks later they take the titles off of them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Johnny. Like, I love him so much, man. I've loved Gargano since the AIW days, and man, I just feel so bad for. Yeah, look at his face. Oh man, I feel so bad for that guy. God, he just got absolutely murdered.
I thought he was just making the same face as the logo on his jacket.
That's how I look in the morning. So I check my phone.
Waking up from a long night.
Oh fuck, that's too bright.
Yeah. Why are these people cursing at each other? But yeah, no, Nick, this is your jobber of the night, my friend.
Well, let me just say first, if you want to avoid being jobber of the night, make sure you go to comicbookclick.com/dirtsheetradio and scroll to the very bottom of the page so you can go and click on NordVPN and get NordPass, get the actual NordVPN service. I'm going to click on there right now. I'm going to get 69% off a 2-year plan. Guess what?
Nice.
That's going to make it $4 a month. That is just chef's kiss. what an amazing price to pay for safety against piracy from the internet and, of course, hackers and bad, evil websites. All that to say, that gave me a little bit of time to think about who my job of the night really is. And I got to say, my man, it pains me to say it, but Apollo Crews. I don't know. Apollo! I don't know what they're doing with my guy, but it's been something that we've been saying for how many years now? What are they doing with Apollo Crews? And on top of that, as time goes on, it gets worse and worse to see the exact same average Apollo match.
Yeah, I was saying it's one thing to know that a guy is good. I know Apollo's good, man. I've known that for a long time, but not everybody knows that. And a lot of people only know what they're being shown. And Apollo Crews has been in the same insignificant spot on television for 7 years.
2016.
It's 2016. Jesus Christ. Yeah. 8 years. No, yeah. 8 years he's been on TV. He's done. He's effectively burned the idea into the minds of the fans that he's nothing more than a mid-card jobber. And that sucks because you're going to go to any other promotion, it don't fucking matter. We're like, oh, he's going to AEW for what? What the fuck are they going to do with him? Put a world title on a mid-card jobber? You can't. It doesn't. Now you can't use him that way. You just can't, you know?
I mean, it's the same thing with guys like Andrade. We talk about how they were used in AEW or, you know, how they were in WWE, leaving, then coming back, and still winding up in the same sort of spots that they were in when they left the first time.
You'll never be able to see him as a viable world champion. And if you can't, then certainly the people back that are in charge can't, you know? So it really sucks. But that's going to be my job of the night as well, Nick Apollo, just because this is sad to see him, you know, it's sad to have to accept that it's never going to happen. Like, there's never going to be anything good for Apollo Crews. Fuck a world title. I'm like, the best he's going to get is the damn Nigerian commander gimmick. That's the best Apollo Crews is going to get.
Remember when he was the one-man nation?
He was clairvoyant for a little bit on his second NXT.
Oh, that's right. He used to have future dreams.
Remember when he
was didn't come true.
What was that fucking era of NXT?
And then he never fucking did.
Then he had the match. He had a feud with Braun Breaker for the title, and they would go out fishing and hanging out.
Go to fucking restaurants, sit in a booth eating fucking breakfast.
They had dates. What the fuck?
Do you remember when during the pandemic Apollo won the United States Championship? Then he got COVID, so they brought MVP out and they made the new belt, the one that Logan Paul carries around with them. And MVP christened himself the new United States Champion.
I actually don't.
And then they had a unification bout or whatever you call it. And then Apollo had the two belts over his shoulder and like smiling. And then like 3 weeks later, they fucking beat him dead in the middle of the ring.
This.
I remember that.
All the pandemic stuff is just in the garbage for me. I threw that shit out.
He won the Intercontinental title from Big E at WrestleMania.
Duh. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh man.
Maybe. I got it. I didn't witness it. I don't believe it. I see. There you go, CJ. It takes that Jedi mind trick.
I can see clearly now.
All right. So, megastar of the night.
Mega.
Yeah. Big dog. The pretty one. The star. Who was he? Who did I leave? Nick, you were last time.
All right. Well, looking at everything, and people might know who I'm going to say by seeing on Dirt Sheet Radio's Facebook page what I shared on there. I got to go with my man, Jacob Fatu. Once again, you have him single-handedly almost Sorry, Tamatanga. It's true. He was the one that won the tag team titles. They should both be his. On top of that, look at this shot. This, again, I said this earlier in the show. This is cinematic par excellence because of the way that they're zooming in on him staring daggers into Cody Rhodes while the whole crowd is chanting Roman Reigns. No more. This is going to be the real tribal chief. Y'all just wait.
Yeah, we'll see. I love it. CJ, actually, Mac. I'm sorry, CJ. I was trying to go back in the same circle. Mac, Mac, who's your megastar?
Well, Nick kind of stole mine, but I had a 1. I had a 1B. No. I had a 1B, so I'm gonna say LA Knight.
Yeah.
The guy just I want to talk to you. So the guy, the guy just comes out and he has a presence. Like he just has an aura. And he holds the crowd in the palm of his hand. And every single time he goes out there, he just, And I saw somebody in the comments say earlier that he wasn't a very good wrestler. He is generic to a point, but when you get to the final stretch of the match and he hits that blunt force trauma, like the crowd just pops every single time. So I'm gonna go with him, and I really hope that he wins the United States Championship tomorrow night.
I hate that move so much.
Do you really? I kind of like it.
I am so. I don't know, man. When I used to make the joke, I've been making this joke since he was in Impact when he was Eli Drake. I was like, he's doing the Stone Cold Rock cosplay, and then he does the fucking. I was like, oh god, like you're not helping. You're not helping this comparison. But it's also just I don't really like the move. CJ, who's your megastar of the night?
My one that I had picked was Jacob Fatu, and then my 1A was LA Knight. So
God
my
damn.
1E,
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Jacob Fatu. Like, dude's just a beast. He's just an absolute machine. This guy's got star written all over him. Like, this is a guy that, if Vince were still around, he'd already be WWE champion.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are my chosen one now. And Drew McIntyre's like, what?
Love you. Hey, my megastar of the night was not taken. Andrade. Good for him.
You don't know.
He had been he'd been a bit of a meme because and honestly, I give him my megastar of the night, but it's not like the situation has improved so much. But he's at least winning, and it seems like he's going to get a title shot. And I mean, unfortunately, I don't know that he's going to win that title shot, but at least he's got some forward momentum going for him. But the meme being that him going from AEW to WWE back to AEW, or from WWE to AEW back to WWE, and it's just all lateral moves. That hasn't changed because it's like it's just steadily mid-carding all the way through.
Hey, now the Speed Championship is high class.
Yeah, it's very prestigious, very coveted.
Lucrative.
Where is it?
It's that coveted. It's only safe on WWE Speed.
It's so exclusive. Nobody knows what it looks like.
Elon Musk doesn't want you to see this. No. So
Not clickbait.
Tomorrow night, remember, while they're playing the Peacock ads, come on to Dershi Radio and join us for the main event. We're gonna watch it together. We're gonna see Roman come back, and we'll get that rewind post-show situation going immediately after that. So please join us. And if that's not enough, and you just can't get enough of our beautiful faces, how could you, right? We're live all the fucking time, man. Dershi Radio, we're always on. That's our slogan. I've got to put that on a graphic somewhere so that's official. But
pop it on a shirt.
Was it Tyler? CJ, you were there. Who said that first? Did Tyler say that first? Somebody said that first, and I don't remember who said it, but I took it.
I don't even remember when.
Damn.
Why does that feel like something Tyler would have just randomly said?
It does. And I was like, that's good. I'm keeping it for the rest of life. But we are always on. It never stops. Mondays,
I think Greg was the one that said it.
It might be. No, I don't think so, actually. You're a fucking liar. Mondays, Mondays we have Raw. Tuesdays we're coming on after NXT. Wednesdays we're on after Dynamite. That's Level Up. That's not Dynamite.
It's not even on Wednesdays.
Thursdays we're doing Impact. Fridays, of course, we're doing Smackdowns. On Thursday mornings, you can join me, Nick, and Greg on the Dirt Sheet Radio flagship newscast. And it's live every week. You can watch it in the middle of the night, or you can watch it in the morning. Listen to it on your way to work. Do whatever the fuck you want. Also, every Sunday, CJ and Tyler's Level Up Adventure. It's a wonderful show.
Floating heads.
These sickos, CJ and Tyler.
We dive into the NXT Level Up results every week, and then we dive into a NXT related topic. Ones that we've covered so far are whether NXT has outgrown the Performance Center. Last week we were talking about whether the NXT Women's Tag Team title should be revived. This coming Sunday we have another deep dive topic, but you'll have to tune in to find out what it is.
I love it. I love that, you little tease. So yeah, man, if you love that auxiliary NXT content, or maybe you thought you were the only person in the world who watched this shit, guess what? You're not. We have our two beautiful team members, CJ and Tyler, and they're here to hold your hands. So definitely join us. 3NT Wrestling on Sundays as well. God damn it, Danny.
Yeah.
Malik, get me a graphic.
Yeah, that graphic.
Oh, Mac.
Hello there. Mac is promising a Matt Taven podcast that's never coming.
The Mac Taven show.
I tell you what, you get Mac Taven to sit on the show with you for 30 minutes every week, and we will gladly host the Mac Taven show.
Listen, kayfabe, brother. I want people to think it's coming and then have everybody miss it, but it never actually happened. I'll be like, oh, guys, you missed it. It was at like 4:30 a.m. this morning.
That's actually when Dirty Radio airs.
Wow, lost media. Oh, boy. Oh, it's the Matt Taven show.
Oh, no. Keep it lost. But thank you for joining us. Usually I would drop a thank you graphic on us, but I want to see our beautiful little intro one more time.
Oh, more.